Hi, I'm Matt Rycraft, I'm your host today. We're going to take a look at the two must-have lenses every wedding photographer needs. So these two lenses cover everything pretty much you need. We've got a wide to mid-range lens and we've got a zoom kind of telephoto 70 to 200. So if you want to get wide, a nice wide shot, I'm a wedding photographer, a little bit like the picture behind, I'd use something like a 24 to 70. And then if I want to get right in, right close to the detail, I'd be using my zoom 70 to 200. These two lenses are a staple diet for every wedding photographer. They pretty much cover everything you're going to need throughout a wedding day. So the 70 to 200 is also really good if I want to zoom into subjects and I want to be discreet. Kind of want to shoot more photojournalistic, in the background and pop out subjects. You're going to get really good bokeh with this, really good depth of field. You get that really creamy, kind of blurred out background. So the 24 to 70 is a really good wide to mid-range lens. But of course, if you need wider, then you're going to need to go for something like a 12 to 24. I also have a 70 to 35mm Nikon lens. And I love that mid-range 17 to 35 lens because it doesn't create too much distortion on the sides. But if you do need something a bit wider, I would only use that periodically. You wouldn't be shooting on that all day. That would be absolutely ridiculous. But for specific shots where you want to get a big venue in the background, or maybe you want to get a big building in the background with the bride and groom in the forefront, and maybe you're too close to it to be able to kind of get the, to use a mid-range lens, you're going to need something a bit wider, like a 12 to 24. And that's when that would come out of my kit, but only periodically on very specific shots. And recently in March, I became the finalist for Photojournalism Photographer of the Year, and that was using my 24 to 70. And I knew instinctively that I needed a wide kind of angle for the kind of picture that I'm going to show you. But ultimately the 24 to 70 was a great way of me having the ability to get a wide picture and also zoom into the subject if I needed to get a little bit closer to her. Yes, I carry 3 bodies at a wedding, but I'll always have 2 running. One will have the 24 to 70 and the other will have the 70 to 200. And pretty much I'm always shooting on the 24 to 70 as a general rule because I can get pretty much everything that I need in the scene with that shot. For instance, like the ceremony, I'll pretty much shoot the 24 to 70, but when I want to get little moments, maybe the bride and groom holding hands or the exchange of rings, or maybe they've got children sat with Nana and Grandpa in the background, I'll use the 70 to 200 to really hone in and pop out that subject or pop out that moment. And of course, one of the main reasons why I'd use a zoom lens like the 70 to 200 is to really get that beautiful bokeh, that creamy background, that out of focus area that really pops out and isolates the subject. That's when you want to be using the 70 to 200. Now, of course, to produce that beautiful bokeh, you need to understand your camera settings, but I will be producing another video to help you understand f-stops and the difference between bokeh and the depth of field. So I hope that's been helpful, but what I want to demonstrate to you is that you don't need lots of kit and lots of lenses. 2 lenses will take you through a full wedding. And hopefully I've given you some ideas where you might like to and where you can use those lenses. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel, and keep an eye out for more videos just like this.